Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So obviously over the last couple of days, price action has been the biggest talking subject, but I do want to really kind of address what's going on behind the scenes, and that is really kind of pertaining to the regulatory side of things and the cases being dropped. Number one, when we really think about this space, we think about what's wrong with it. And I've always said that meme coins are a big issue in this space, but I don't think that they are securities. And just recently we saw from David Sachs, who is the White House and AI crypto czar, he did say that the SEC has released guidance that meme coins are not securities and are akin to collectibles. Now, again, this is a very big, it's a very big deal. Let's just put it that way, because I understand that we hate meme coins. We don't like meme coins. They're a big issue in this space. They should never have been classified as securities. And this is the full breakdown from Eleanor Therese. So we have the SEC Gov Division of Corporation Finance has just put out guidance on meme coins saying that they are not securities and are akin to collectibles. It is the division's view that transactions in the types of meme coins described in the statement do not involve the offer and sale of securities under the federal securities laws. As such, persons who participate in the offer and sale of meme coins do not need to register their transactions with the Commission under the Securities Act of 1933 Securities Act, or fall within one of the Securities Act's exemptions from registration. Accordingly, neither meme coin purchasers nor holders are protected by the federal securities laws. So again, when we think about what's going on here, they are just kind of warning everyone about what's actually happening here around meme coins, why you should avoid them. But if you are going to play with them, guess what? You're not protected under the federal securities laws. Now, I do think that this is definitely going to cause a lot more meme coins to launch around the space, a lot more rug pulls, things like that. But you're basically playing Russian roulette when you are jumping into meme coins. They are not a good, safe, investable, thing in the space. They are a gambling product, essentially. You are throwing money to the wind, gambling, betting that a meme coin is going to be successful. That's just it. So again, I do like the idea that they're not going to be labeled as securities. I don't think that they ever should have been. And this is just another big move from the SEC to really kind of highlight the fact that they are starting to switch up in a big way. Now, on top of that, we did see case dismissed from Coinbase. We have its official case dismissed, time for fair legislation for the entire industry. So this is big, massive move. Now, we have yet to hear about the Binance case yet. I would assume that case is also going to be dismissed. We'll have to watch, wait, and see. I know everyone's still waiting on the Ripple case. Don't worry, we will get there in this video. But if we go over here, we have also from Eleanor, the SEC Gov and Consensus have reached an agreement in principle to end the agency's lawsuit against the blockchain software company. According to the people with direct knowledge of the matter, the dismissal is subject to approval by the commission, and an announcement by Wall Street's top cop is expected soon. The SEC sued Consensus last June as part of a wave of enforcement actions brought against the sector by Biden's SEC chair Gary Gensler. The agency charged Consensus with securities law violations for allegedly operating as an unregistered broker, claiming its staking service MetaMask was a conduit for the unregistered offering and sales of securities. We were committed to fighting the suit until the bitter end, but welcome this outcome. And of course, this is from Joseph Lubin. Under Gensler, the SEC took the position that staking as a service where a third-party platform stakes crypto tokens on behalf of users could be considered securities. As I've reported, the Trump SEC has taken a fresh look at the issue and has already held a handful of meetings with industry players to learn more about the different kinds of staking and how they fit into securities laws. We appreciate the SEC's new leadership and the pro-innovation, pro-investor path that they are taking. We will remain deeply engaged with public and private policymakers going forward. The dismissal agreement with Consensus comes as the Trump SEC under acting GOP chair Mark Ueda is rapidly rolling back enforcement actions and investigations into crypto firms, making good on the crypto-friendly president's campaign pledge to end his predecessor's war on crypto. Last week, the agency's enforcement division reached an agreement with the U.S.'s largest crypto exchange, Coinbase, to dismiss ongoing litigation in a Manhattan district court over alleged securities violations. The division has also closed active investigations into Robinhood Apps, Crypto Unit, Winklevoss's owned Gemini Exchange, decentralized exchange Uniswap, and even NFT platform OpenSea. The SEC has yet to reach agreements in 3 other high-profile lawsuits from the Gensler days. blockchain payments firm Ripple, which has been in courts for nearly 4 years, and exchanges Binance and Kraken FX. However, many in crypto legal and policy circles believe those cases will be resolved in the near future. Now, of course, yes, we do have the announcement about Gemini also getting dismissed. We have here from Tyler Winklevoss, quoting his brother Cameron, "Dear SEC, thank you for closing your sham investigation and deciding not to bring an enforcement action against Gemini. Now, please reimburse us 3 times our legal costs to cover the time and money we spent defending ourselves. Dishonorably discharge everyone who was involved in the war on crypto. Publish their names to your website and institute a lifetime ban for all of them to ever be working at the agency again. This will start to make amends for the damage you have done to us, our industry, and America. Thank you." And yeah, I mean, listen, this is a huge dismissal, obviously. But yeah, what about all the time and the money wasted? Like, will Ripple get their money back if, they do dismiss that case as well? I mean, it's over $200 million in legal fees. Like, this is something that is a big concern because it's not just about dismissing the cases. Obviously, yeah, we get past the whole litigation and we get past the case thing. But what about all that money, all that time, all the missed opportunity? Like, you can't get any of that back. So, again, this is a big issue, but we are now starting to see the big shift. And on top of that, focus on all of these companies, right? Even Dom from EZA did put a big spotlight on this. And he said, pay close attention. The SEC is dropping its cases against US companies first. This is not a coincidence. And yeah, it's not. And we know that something big is brewing behind the scenes. We know that something's going to be happening with this Ripple case eventually. We don't know when. Jeremy Hogan said that the SEC has just agreed to pause the Tron Foundation lawsuit and are asking the judge for 60 days to resolve it. This lawsuit involved not only allegations of sale of unregistered securities, but also fraud allegations, market manipulation, and illegal payments to promoters. Another SEC crypto litigation is going away, although I think they should move forward with the Jake Paul part of the lawsuit out of principle for all the staff that watched the Tyson fight. Motion to stay, number 82 in SEC Commission versus Sun. You guys can go and see this, but we also have Ripple is still a more complicated, case to resolve because of the judgment. The Tron case wasn't nearly as far along. That's right, first in, last out. So yeah, Ripple is probably going to be the last case completely out of the door because they were the first one in. They were the ones that were the longest in terms of litigation, the ones that actually got most of the work done while in litigation. So they're going to be one of the last ones to really kind of get their case dismissed. It sucks to say. I get that we hate waiting, but it is what it is. We do know that case will most likely be dismissed. I would not be surprised if it got dismissed very soon. Now, a lot of people are speculating on this. Do I think that we're going to see the case dismissed next week? I don't know, right? In my opinion, it's probably going to take a little bit longer. Who knows? I could be wrong, but it could happen at any moment, right? You got to understand that this could happen at any moment. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen next week. We don't know. But we have here from Chad, the SEC next meeting in 1 hour will result in more cases dropped, which it did. It's possible that we get Kraken and Bittrex dropped at the same time. Otherwise, one of those today or tomorrow, the other on Monday and Tuesday. That means the Ripple case would be dropped as early as the end of next week. Lock and load XRP. Now, in my opinion, yeah, I do think that XRP has one of the most incredible market setups possible because of this catalyst. It's a huge catalyst in my opinion, but it's not so much about what happens when this gets announced or, even leading up to it. It's more so what happens after, right? Which is the expansions, the moves being made, the partnerships the partnership announcements, the moves made by Ripple as well, the institutions buying XRP, offering XRP. Like, I think that there's going to be so many doors of opportunities opened once we do get this case put behind us, which is why I'm fully focused on what happens next with the Ripple case. Now, also from my good friend Crypto Insight UK, he did say I rarely say things like this because they, always bite you in the back. However, I believe without a doubt the SEC versus Ripple case gets settled or dropped or something along those lines within the next few weeks. I know it's a little more complex, but literally all the SEC cases are being dismissed or dropped. It's coming. The Gary Gensler war is done. And yeah, listen, I do think that we have all of these major pauses. We have all of these major dismissals, these, major closes as well. Like, I just have a hard time believing that the Ripple case is going to wait, months from now to get dismissed. You got to think about what happened over the last couple weeks. I mean, from Uniswap to MetaMask to, all of these exchanges. I mean, it's just kind of crazy that even Tron, which by the way, if you know Tron, this was definitely a case that I'm surprised got paused. But at the end of the day, when we think about all of these moves, I mean, it's very clear that a lot of these US based projects are now getting the green light. And we look at Ripple because Ripple is one of the largest players around this space. One of the most bullish US based crypto companies essentially as well. They have been fighting this fight for well over 40 plus years, $200+ million down the drain. I do think that the Ripple case should be dismissed next. Now, that's my biased opinion. Is it going to happen? Probably not, but I wouldn't be surprised if the case did get dismissed by the end of Q1, aka the end of March. But also, it aligns perfectly with stablecoin regulations, which, by the way, big shout out to Smoke Dog for this, because we have, yes, the stablecoin bill could align with the settlement of the SEC case with Ripple, and both will rapidly accelerate XRP's integration into the US financial system, significantly boosting price, documented. And here we actually have, regarding the Genius Act, by the way, which we will talk about here in a second, a potential settlement aligned with the Genius Act stablecoin framework could accelerate XRP's reintegration into the US financial markets, potentially supporting its price and attracting institutional investors. And yeah, listen, as we really look at the market position for XRP, it's in a very unique position because everyone is waiting for this case to be dismissed. It's not about just a price action, right? It's about the opportunity here for XRP and Ripple. Once this case is put behind us, the moves made after the fact are going to be some of the largest moves made by Ripple and around XRP. This is not me selling you guys, a pipe dream. No, this is me selling you guys on the idea that at the end of the day, we have waited 4+ years for this very moment. I'm not going to give up on it now when we are right there almost at the finish line. And I do believe that we are almost right there. I think that we're on the cusp of this case being fully dismissed. Now, also on top of this, regarding the stablecoin bill, aka the Genius Act, here we actually have a little bit of a breakdown regarding the Genius Act, aka the bipartisan legislation that would establish a clear regulatory framework for stablecoins. Check it out.
It is called the Genius Act. Chairman Scott and Senators Gillibrand and I are all co-sponsors. The act makes the US dollar fit for the digital age, creates additional demand for US debt, and makes payments both faster and cheaper. I'm also pleased that the legislation fully protects the dual banking system and creates parity between both states and federal stablecoin charters. It is called the Genius.
So again, we are starting to see these discussions around the stablecoin legislation heating up in the US, supporting the stablecoin legislation at the same exact time that Ripple's almost done with this case. Think about what's been happening around Ripple with RLUSD, right? They launch RLUSD around, November, December, right around the exact same time as the election, right around the same exact time that we start to see a complete shift in the scenery around crypto in the US. And now we're starting to hear all of these dismissals around these cases, and what company is just shining there? It's so obvious that the case should be dismissed. It's Ripple. With their fully launched compliant regulated stablecoin RLUSD that could fully support the US, market. It's so crazy how all of this is so coincidental. It feels so lined up. In my opinion, Ripple is positioned so heavily to benefit the most, and so is XRP. That's why I'm not taking my eyes off of the prize here, and I don't think anyone else should. Focus on what matters here, and what matters is that we're so close to that finish line, and I do believe that it will be well worth the wait. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely have a like, subscribe, notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord on the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.